What's going on, everyone? It's Eric Yeboah back with vlog number 2. This time around, I want to do a little something different. My last one, I focused mainly on sports and the latest stuff that's going around the league. This one here, I want to focus on a book that I really enjoyed by Randy Roberts and Johnny Smith. It was about the relationship between Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Two powerful figures we've had in American history and honestly international. All around the world, they're known for their impact they made on this world. Obviously, what drew me to it was just that first of all, I'm a sports fan. So anything that is in that category, it was going to spark my interest. For this one here, what I like most about it, as far as what they captured, was the ins and outs of the Nation of Islam. A lot of stuff that I had no clue that were going on between the Nation of Islam and the way they handle business, their day-to-day task, how they treated their members. All of that to me was very new and really sparked my interest. With Muhammad Ali and Malcolm meeting, I thought it was a little brother, big brother type of relationship. And you're going to see that in this book here, that Malcolm did mentor Muhammad Ali and gave him the strength and gave him the knowledge, gave him the confidence to speak out, even through religion or through any type of other venue. He used Muhammad as a way for the people to see such a powerful figure is also aware about social issues. Before he met Malcolm, which I did, this is another thing I did not know before he met Malcolm. It was interesting to see that Cassius Clay at the time was very materialistic, looked at life in a very short-sighted view, and was all about getting fame and being well known for his good looks and different things like that. So none of it had any substance to what his goals were. And I think when he met Malcolm, he realized that life was a lot more important than that. It was about making an imprint on people's lives. It was about impacting everyone around you. It's about making a change. It's about using your platform to really make the world a better place. And I think Malcolm's biggest thing with him was that it's bigger than you. That's what I got from this book a lot, was teaching him that you got to kind of stop looking at it selfishly. You've looked at it for so long, and by the time you look up, it's going to be past you. Your chances to make that impact is going to be long gone. Do it right now in your career, when you're at your highest point, when you have all the attention, all the adulation, all the support. Do it right now when people want to hear your voice. So Malcolm's message to him was clear, from the get-go, that what you can do is way bigger than even him. Malcolm knew that he had a voice. Malcolm stood up for everybody, starting back in Harlem, with the protestings and standing up to police. Malcolm was there, so people knew Malcolm was a leader. But Muhammad Ali could have made even 10 times more of an impact because of his stature in the sports world. We always look at sports figures and to them for leadership because what they do to us is just amazing. They're like superheroes. So we feel like they can pretty much they're capable of doing anything. And I think that was what Malcolm was trying to make Muhammad Ali understand, and eventually he did. Obviously, the relationship became very rocky for reasons that inside of the Nation of Islam that made both parties, both Muhammad Ali and Malcolm, feel uncomfortable. And I think, obviously the Elijah Muhammad situation with the infidelities that he went through with pregnant women, that tore them apart. That's going to be a big part of the book that shocked me, because I didn't know too much about that, just to be honest. So seeing the divide they had later on as this, they split, and Muhammad Ali chose Elijah to stick to his side, and Malcolm went to his separate ways. That it actually hurt reading it, because it's like these two could have been so powerful together than they were separate. I'm sure it kind of divided it. Black people all around America, and it for sure divided the Nation of Islam, because people were told that they can't speak to Malcolm anymore. Muhammad Ali also was told that you got to stay away from Malcolm X because he's a snitch. He's a traitor. He's all these things. So it hurt reading that, because I wanted these two to just, we're years from now. Obviously, we know the end of how it ended, but when you're reading it, you just want them to make it together. You want them to stand together and make an impact, because this could have been really something special. One of the other parts of the book that I really enjoyed was the missions that Muhammad Ali went overseas, as well as Malcolm went overseas to touch those lives in Africa. And it changed both of their perspectives, because they both came back different men. I think Malcolm went over there and came back with a more internationalized view of the world. He saw that there were white people who were very, very proud to be Muslims, and I think that shocked him, and it changed his whole view of the so-called white devil. And that's a view that he felt so strongly in America because of what he's gone through, of the abuse. We saw all the videos what's going on in the South. We know all about the civil rights movement. So a lot of his anger stemmed from that personal, feeling of being kept down, of being treated like second-class citizens, not even second-class citizens, really just not human. So when he saw that white people also, practice his same religion, it made him change completely how he felt. So much hatred in his heart, and he came back wanting to do more meetings and do more partnerships with different racial groups in the South, on the West Coast. It didn't matter where. Malcolm came back and wanted to just join all together instead of just keeping it separate from like he did previously. And I think that, to me, is always one highlight that I enjoy about Malcolm's career, about Malcolm's time on Earth, was the ability to change, to open up, to think about new ideas, and that, to me, is, it pays off when you travel more and you see that other people like you, instead of sitting in this bubble thinking it's just, you're the only one going through something. There's other people who can relate. There's other people who can help. And that's a message that still, to me, is very strong today. So, seeing that in the book, it did bring joy to understand that was possible. With Muhammad Ali, and the ending of it, and how Malcolm passed away, and how he was bombarded and being harassed by the Nation of Islam for being a snitch, and his life was on the line towards the end of his time on Earth, but he knew it was coming. That also surprised me. There was just all the phone calls and threats he was getting. He was fully aware that he didn't have too much time on Earth, and I felt so much anger reading how Muhammad Ali didn't help out, and Muhammad was aware of this. Malcolm's wife, pretty much got into Ali's face in one altercation and was like blaming him for it, because you didn't speak out in support of Malcolm. You knew all this was going on, and you didn't even want to help. That also angered me too, because Muhammad completely disregarded him and just kind of left him out to dry, and didn't give him any type of support, because he was supporting Elijah Muhammad's decisions. So that too is a big part of the book there, and seeing later on how Muhammad knew the importance of Malcolm's teachings to him. After Malcolm passed years later, then it came clear to him that what Malcolm taught him was so much more deeper than Elijah could have ever done. Their bond between them two was just so tight that there was nobody else that he could relate to like he did with Malcolm. Malcolm was that big brother that just showed him the way. So I think overall, these two still forever remembered. They're both gone now. Rest in peace to both of them. But their legacy and what they did to impact the black communities and to give strength and be that signal of empowerment and empowerment, and I think they'll forever be remembered. So I highly suggest this book here. Again, Blood Brothers. It's a very, very well written, and it gives you a lot of in-depth situations that that maybe some of us didn't have any clue that happened, behind the scenes. So I definitely suggest this book to everyone. So that's my book review here. I'll have more coming later on. I'm reading a lot of different type of novels right now, so I definitely got to keep up and update you guys on that. I do want to add this in, that I'm doing a podcast with 4 of the writers that I really enjoy: David, Akeem, Rashad, and a few others. And we're doing a nice little podcast here on every Saturday mornings with Love 860 on the radio here in Atlanta. I posted it on SoundCloud, and I'll post it on Twitter, my Twitter account as well. And you guys definitely tune into that. We're going to talk about the same issues that's everybody's on everybody's mind right now, which is, police brutalities, other social issues that's going on in America, and obviously sports. We're all big sports writers, so you guys look out for that. It's a really good podcast. I enjoy everybody I'm working with there. There'll be some interesting ideas and opinions, and get some more dialogue going between all of us. So look out for that. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see y'all again. Peace.